I've seen just a little bit about that game. I heard some good things about it, but
It's very artistic. I mean, I'll give it that. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing.
see what games they got for free this month.
They got Call of Duty World at War. Or World War II, I think it's called. And then Battlefront 2, which I actually already bought. But actually, it's funny, Battlefront 2, I know everyone was bitching about the fact that, like, the loot boxes, if you pay for the loot boxes, you basically, like, will be, like, super good at the game or whatever because you're paying to play. But they got rid of it, and they changed, like, the multiplayer, so it basically plays like Battlefront, but with Star Wars characters.
Yeah, I never got the concept of, like, having to buy, like, loot boxes and everything. Like, I don't mind, like, the Call of Duty way, because, like, all the, like, add-ons and everything, like, the bundle packs that they add on to, like, daily, like, it's pretty much all just, like, aesthetic, so it's not, like, anything really makes you any better. Because, like, even if you buy, like a custom gun and everything, it still is going to have, like, all the same attachments as you would get in-game anyways. It just has, like, a different skin on it, and then you get either, like a character, like, skin, or, like, an emblem, or, like, some bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's always stupid, like, oh, you get a knife with a cool camo. It's like, I don't pay fucking $18 for this stupid shit.
I know. I always laughed at, like, all the Fortnite ones. It's like,
yeah,
it's not so bad. Like, yeah, you buy, like the one battle pass, and if, like, you played enough, you end up, like, basically getting enough points to buy it again anyways, and that's what I've done with Call of Duty. Like, I bought it the one season, and I've pretty much completed it far enough where I've gotten enough points to just keep buying it for free now.
Oh. Yeah, I remember that shit happened with Fortnite. I got out of Fortnite pretty quick. As soon as Apex...
I was garbage at it.
Yeah, me too. It felt like Joe was way better at it. Yeah, I ended up getting into Apex pretty good after that. Apex is way, way better.
I only played a little bit of Apex, so I wasn't necessarily a big fan of it. It seemed like there was a lot going on.
Well, I mean, each character, like, has its own thing, so that's what I kind of liked. Because, like, with Fortnite, you're just a character. There's, like, nothing to you. And that was kind of, like, I thought that was kind of boring. So with, like...
Right, there's the different classes and everything, like the Juggernaut or whatever, like the stealth guy.
Yeah. And each one has, like, their primary thing. Some characters are faster than others. And, like, so it all depends on, like, your playing style. And I thought that was a lot cooler. Fortnite, it's just like, alright, well, if you don't know how to build, you suck at this game. Get ready. It's just like, alright, well, fuck this.
You get the fucking 12-year-old that can build, like, a whole structure in, like, a quarter second. And, like, it takes me, like, a minute to build 4 walls and a ramp. Like, oh, great. I'm already dead.
When you press start to pause the game, nothing happens. Just the character sits down. You can't move. That's the pause button. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a beer. I'll be right back.
Right on. Dogfighter World War II. What is that? What is that? What is this? No. 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 That is the worst thing I have ever seen. No. No.
Oh, sorry, that took much longer than I thought.
That's alright.
I had to wash out his bottles, because if Jen's going to wake up with them in the morning, I feel bad if I don't wash the bottles out.
Oh my god. So many stupid things for free. White boys with attitude. The search for money.
What are you watching? Or what are you...
I'm going through like the free to play stuff in the PlayStation Store. Yeah, there's like a dance game, kind of like a DDR, but it's called White Boys with Attitude: The Pursuit of Money. Yeah, it's basically like there's like no like game graphics. It's just like these two dudes filmed dancing to these stupid fucking things, and you're supposed to like shake your controller along with it in like the way that it shows on the screen.
Oh my god.
It's like literally like the two whitest motherfuckers like in the world. Just a Spider-Man Far From Home VR experience that it looks like it'd be halfway cool.
Yeah, I watched both of those. I broke down and watched a couple Marvel movies.
Oh, do you have like the VR?
Oh, no. I don't watch Marvel movies anymore. I used to like be into like watching X-Men and shit when that shit first came out, but then like the Marvel universe just like took off in like the worst way, and like they started making like too many fucking films. I'm just like, all right, I'm done. this is enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken a little bit of a pause, but I think that there's going to be like another wave of them.
Oh, yeah.
So mad because I really wanted to go see Black Widow, but then like right before it came out is when quarantine hit and everything, and
really?
Theater still is not open. So I was thinking, oh, maybe they'll release it to Disney Plus, but that still hasn't happened either.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know Black Widow came out.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to come out in like April or something like that, like middle of April. Yeah, it was right before like the quarantine like shut down, or quarantine happened like right before it was supposed to come out, and then like they moved it back to like May something. And then, just still, even though everything is pretty much lifted in Wisconsin for the most part, like the Marcus Theater, even in Saukville, isn't open yet.
Wow. That's lame.
Which, I know, like, literally everything else around town, like, I get, like, Milwaukee's a little bit different, but, yeah, it should be open around here, but it's just not.
That's gay.
I know, because I definitely would have gone and seen it by now. Because I got a Marcus gift card for Christmas, and I still haven't used 1 cent of it. Because when I got it, I was like, yes, I'll go see Black Widow with that. It's just, nope. Wrong.
I guess I'm not that well versed on comic book characters and shit, but I guess I never really thought of Black Widow. I know that Captain Marvel, like, tanked, I heard.
I guess I didn't hear how well it did. I
heard it didn't do very well. What movie was it? There was some movie where they were like, I forget what it was, but they were like, oh, I'll call Captain Marvel, and it's like, don't bring up that fucking name.
Oh, I'm not sure. I know that, like, a lot of the cast, like, had beef with her. Like, because, like, the Captain Marvel movie came out basically right before, like, the last Avengers movie did.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, like, she's been, like, a part of, like, the Marvel Universe, like, the shortest, but then she got, like, all of the glory in the movie. She was basically, like, the one that took down Thanos, or, like, made it possible. So it's like, oh, Captain Marvel's here to save the day! And then, of course, I guess, I don't know if you're ever going to watch it or anything.
No.
Yeah, there was, like, a whole, like, section at the end of, like, the movie, like, during, like, the big battle scene where, like, all of, like, the women characters, like, got together and, like, were fighting, like, a big group of people to, like, help, achieve the goal, basically. It's like, oh, yeah, you just had to put that in there. I just love when, like, Black Panther came out. Like, I saw, like, a bunch of posts of, like, black people be like, oh, I better not see or hear any white people in the theater. This is our movie.
Oh, I remember that.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That was pretty great.
This is our movie. Well, and then, of course, yeah, like, it was, like, the whole movie was just, like, black injustice. We get so oppressed, like, no, this fucking guy that grew up, like, in the ghetto, he's gonna basically, like, take over Wakanda and... Oh, what are these sexy broads doing outside the bar? You're just gonna stand in the middle of the road, that's cool. What the fuck are you doing?
I remember one time I was going into Foz's, downtown West Bend, and, like, this chick, she had fake tits, and she's like, you wanna see a pair of tits? And we're like, yeah! She fucking flashes us, I'm like, oh, those are fake tits.
They're all pretty much nice either way.
Yeah, fake boobs are nice. I mean, I don't know, just something about holding them. Like, the only time I ever got to do it was when I went to a strip bar with my manager way back in the day, and Emily. And Emily bought me a lap dance, and Emily told her it was my birthday, so she said I could touch her. So I was like 18, like touching this like 36-year-old like stripper. Looks like a porn star. I'm like, oh yes.
I've still only been to one strip club, and I, like, as cool as it was, and, like, it was a lot of fun, it was really, like, awkward. Because, yeah, like, I paid for, like, a lap dance, and, like, I pretty much, like, just put my hands, like, off to the side, because I was like, alright, well, I'm not gonna get in trouble for touch, and then she's like, oh, you can touch, or whatever, and I was like, I see, when you say that, I don't know, like, what extent you mean, so I was kind of, like, grabbing ass a little bit. I was like, oh, I guess, I mean, here we go, and then I could, like, clearly see, like, fucking buff, like, security guy, like, standing just outside the curtain. I'm like, I'm gonna get my fucking ass kicked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at Bean Snappers it was, like, a no-touch rule.
See, like, I always heard, or, like, from Tommy, who used to live right across the hall from me, like, he told me, like, when he went to Bean Snappers, like, they would basically, like, have you, like, just put your hands on, like the armrests or whatever, and, like, put your thumbs up, and, like, she would, like, fuck your thumbs, essentially.
Oh, I never got that treatment.
Yeah, that's what he told me, anyway.
Alright.
I think we went, where did we go to? On the Border? Something like that. I mean, it was alright. It was cool. I definitely could have gone there with way more money, but... Well, it sucked, yeah, because, like, we first went to, like, not Arlington, somewhere, I think, right in, like, Illinois, where, like, they had, like, horse races and everything. So I dropped, like, probably, like, 80 or, like, $100 on, like, horse bets. And then, yeah, we went to the strip club after that, and then I spent, I don't even remember how much, but basically, like, I paid for, like, a couple, or, like, one, like, double lap dance, and then, like, sat at, like, the fucking thing, threw up some singles, couple beers, and then we went to Pato after that, and that was, like, all of my money, so I was just kind of walking around Pato not doing anything.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I'm not a big gambler myself.
I've gone to Pato, like, a few times, like, with the bosses and everything, and, like, I had one, like, good night. I went there with, like, I never go to Pato with more than $100, and I think I left with, like, 450.
Oh, nice. That's more than what I was going to say. There was one time me and Jen went. We went and saw, I forget what stand-up comedian. We saw a stand-up comedian at the Potawatomi, and, me and Jen went there, and we, like, spent, like, $5 or whatever, just, like, breaking up coins so that we could go play, like, the slots. And Jen ended up winning, like, $130 off of, like, $5.
Dang.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, it's more fun to, like, just go to Pato, like, have a couple beers and just watch, like the people that you know are probably there, like, every day.
Oh, yeah. The only problem is like, I just don't like, and don't get me wrong, like, I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but, like, I used to, but, like, man, just having to be in there with, like, the cigarettes is like, alright, that's a little rough.
See, I always thought they did a really good job at, like, filtering, like, the smell out. I mean, you can smell it a little bit, but, I mean, between, like, going to, like, just through, like the main section and then going into, like, the non-smoking section,
yeah,
it's almost more stale in the non-smoking section, because at least, like, in the big main area, like, they have, like, all, like, the fans that are just, like, sucking it straight up. So at least there's kind of, like, airflow, yeah, but then you go into, like, the little cramped, like, non-smoking section, it's just stale and warm.
Dude, I would hate to be the one to have to clean those air filters.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine. It looked like your old apartment walls.
Oh my god, dude. Fucking, that shit was nasty. But to be fair,
yeah.
Kevin ruined that way before I ever got in there.
Well, I was going to say, and I'm sure that whatever tenant was in there before, there's a good chance that they smoked too.
Dude,
I don't know how long Kevin was there.
The worst thing about Kevin living with him was, like, he would do that shit, like, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but, like, I spent more time in that apartment because he was dating Tara, and so, like, he would be gone for, like a long fucking time, and, like, it was fine, because I spent most of the time at the house by myself, which was cool, and then, like, literally, he would come home, like, every once in a while, and then he would fucking like go in his room, and I don't know what the fuck he would do in his room. I think he was playing video games or some shit, and he would fucking like come out into the living room where I've been playing like video games for hours or watching a movie with like a girlfriend or something, and he would fucking just come out into the living room to just smoke a cigarette.
And then go back into his
and then
room.
go back into his room. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
You couldn't have done that in your room, just crack a window or something.
No, he liked that it was more open out in the living room, he told me. I'm like, dude, I'm like, oh. So eventually I just gave up, and I'm just like, fine, I'll just fucking smoke in here. I mean, it was one thing after like a bowl or something, but like Kevin would smoke so much, it was fucking like, dude, I don't know, he smoked way too much.
Oh, I could go for a fucking bowl.
Where do you end up getting your weed these days now that you don't go through Eli? Alex sells weed?
I know, it's a weird prospect, isn't it?
Yeah. I just see him getting jacked. But I'm sure he only deals to his friends. Which is always smart anyways.
Basically between me, one of our other buddies, and then like a couple people that he works with.
It's funny because I kind of do the same thing. Like I only have like a handful of people that I sell to, but they all pick up ounces.
Right. What do you do in O for?
Usually like $250.
Damn.
What, is that too expensive?
No, it's not bad. I mean, typically I don't pick that much up, but that's probably about what I smoke in like a month. But I know if I picked up an O at a time, it would be gone in 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh. How do you smoke that much?
It's like buying a carton of cigarettes. When you got it, it's like, oh, I can smoke another. I can smoke another.
Oh god. See,
I've only ever bought 1 carton of cigarettes. For that reason, it was like, that was the dumbest thing I've ever done. I mean, yeah, I used to pick up O's all the time from Eli, because, he sold them to me for like $200.
Holy shit.
So like, oh, yeah. Or if I wanted basically like a quo of wax, like that was $200.
Whoa, that's pretty cheap.
I'm saying, like, I think Brandon's brother said that he basically does wax for that price, but I picked up bud from him once when Alex didn't have, and it wasn't really good.
No. Have you heard anything from Eli?
Nah, like, I don't see him post on Facebook or anything. I mean, not that he was super big on there anyways, but, yeah, I haven't seen anything from him. Like, he dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, like, literally. Like, I mean, I hit him up once, and, like, he was just like, oh, yeah, if you want to come pick up sometime, and I was just like, I don't actually know about that. Like, I don't really want to pick up from you. I was just seeing if you're okay, because, like, I mean, me and him were cool and stuff. And, like, I got nothing against him. Like, I stopped buying from him because he started asking me to front, hit my money, and I'm like, and it was like right around when Roman was born, and we were super broke because Jem was on maternity leave. I'm just like, dude, this is like my emergency money. Like, if you jack me or like you get jacked, I'm not gonna get jacked. I'm like, dude, you can't promise.
If you go to jail.
Right. I'm like, you can't promise that, dude.
Right. Like, he already had the one super close call with the fucking cops that one time where he had his shit delivered to the vape shop like a retard.
Yeah, and I told you about him getting robbed at his house, right?
I don't think so. Or maybe you did.
Yeah, someone broke into his house, kicked down his door, and fucking robbed his ass.
At his apartment right by, like, Myers?
Yeah. I guess they pistol whipped him a handful of times, and they stole around $60,000 in money and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I'm not sure 100%, but I think that might be why he's kind of dropped off the face of the earth because of what happened. Or he's arrested, and the cops are trying to use his phone to, like, snag people. Because, like, the way he was talking when I talked to him on Messenger and shit just didn't seem like him. But his shit isn't deactivated, and he's still, like, there. I mean, but he doesn't post shit on Snapchat. He doesn't post shit on anything.
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Glad I got out of that when I did then. I mean, pretty much, I talked to him for like a little bit after I moved out to Port, but pretty much, yeah, since I've been out here, I haven't heard or talked to him for any reason. Which, yeah, I kind of stopped talking to him just because, yeah, like, he was cool enough and, like, he was still just kind of like a fucking jag, though.
Yeah, he kind of was. Just like the way he would talk to people, it was just like, really?
Right, exactly. Like, he just made you feel like a fucking idiot for, like, everything.
Yeah. Like, I remember one time...
He was, like, always just better than you, like, for, like, any reason. Oh, yeah, like, I'm doing, like, all these things, and, like, I used to, like, steal from, like, people, and, you know, and now I'm, like, just making bank, buying, like, all this shit for my car and everything. I'm putting fucking all these attachments onto my Honda Civic and my little fucking motorcycle that got extended. It's like, yeah, fucking cool.
Yeah.
But whatever, I ain't got anything against people that sell, because, I mean, obviously I'm gonna buy from fucking the people that do that, and whatever, so, but to be like, oh yeah, dude, like, I'm doing great things with my life, it's like, dude, after you got fired from the vape shop, like, how do you explain where you're getting your income from? Like, that's not really, like, a solely, like, sustainable lifestyle.
Right. I kind of wonder that myself. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're older than me, dude.
That's the other thing that always blew me away. I mean, I'm sure it's just the Asian heritage that I always thought he was, like, maybe in his, like, later 20s, but he was, like, 33 or something, like, the last time that I talked to him.
Yeah, he's like a year or two older than me. Yeah. And it was kind of weird. He did pop up out of nowhere. Like, he just started working at this vape shop, and, like, I had never heard of him before.
Nope. Well, yeah, like, one of the first or maybe, like, second times that I ever, like, went in there when that vape shop opened, I was, like, just there to buy something. He was like, are you a cop? I'm like, what? He's like, you know, if you're a cop, you have to tell me. I'm like, well, I'm not a cop. Like, he just kind of, like, hands me, like, the little fucking, like, paper thing. He's like, give that a try. It was, like, a little bit of wax. I was like, oh, okay. That's pretty much where I started buying from him. I was like, alright, well, cool, I guess.
Yeah, right?
Well, then, yeah, like, then you go to pick up from him. It's like, no, you gotta hang out for, like, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't have this, like, foot traffic. It's like, like, really? Like, I get it, but, like, oh yeah, I got some other people stopping by, so, like, you can leave when they leave. Like,
yeah. That shit got annoying.
Fucking gay. Like, I was just trying to, like, hang out for, like, 15, 20 minutes. Like, I'll smoke with you. Like, sure, I appreciate that. Like, you always got me hella stoned.
Yeah, dude, sometimes too stoned.
I'm sick. There was, like, a couple times where, yeah, like, you, like, he puts on, like, the rubber gloves, like, rips up, like, the chunk of wax that I need, like, puts it in the paper, and then, like, he'll, like, take, like, the wax, like, off of the gloves, and, like, dip that into, like, the hyper concentrates, and all you got, like, just, like, this, like, death dab. He's like, oh yeah, go ahead and rip this. It's like, alright, I mean, I'll do it, but then, yeah, I sit on your floor for a half hour, like, contemplating life choices, because I'm blazed.
Right. It's just like,
well, like, it was always, like, it's alright, like, being that stoned, like, either by myself or, like, with good friends, because, like, you say goofy shit, or, like, you don't know what to say, so you're like, I did this, like, 3 times in a row, it's just like, so what's up, man, like, what's good? And he would just be like, dude, you said that, like, 4 times, I'm like, I'm sorry, man, I'm just super stoned. It's like, whatever. It's
right.
like, oh, sorry, man, like, yeah, I didn't plan on taking this course of action. I guess I'm appreciative of just getting hella blazed for the price of free. I guess not free, because I bought a shitload of fucking shit from him.
Right, and I did too. That's the only thing that I miss is being able to do dabs. To be honest, that's just about it. Like, I still get bud and stuff because still sling, but I can't get wax. I can get cocaine. I can get shrooms. I can get Molly. Oh, actually, you know what? Funny story, man. I didn't even tell you. So, like, backstory. I've done like Molly and ecstasy like a handful of times, like in my life. And, like, I think I've only rolled maybe, like, 2 or maybe 3 times. For some reason, ecstasy never really affects me like it affected everybody else. But there was a rave that I went to one time, and that stuff was, like, super good. And, like, I really felt it. And then, like, I did another time, like, I had, like, apparently, from what they were saying, it was, like, one of the best, like, ecstasy pills ever. And, like, I felt it on that. But, like, other than that, I've never really, like, rolled on ecstasy all too much. And, like, I got Molly one time, and I didn't really, like, feel it as much as I did with ecstasy, so I kind of always had, like, in my mind that, like, Molly was, like, way less, intense than ecstasy.
Molly's, like, the main thing of ecstasy, allegedly.
Yeah, well, my guy got me some Molly, like, fucking months and months ago, but I was always like, oh, I gotta, put aside some time, and Roman's always around, so I'm like, I don't want to do it when Roman's here, so, like, I always was like, oh, I'll do this Molly sometime, and, like, I'm not gonna lie, me and Jen have been on kind of a coke binge for the last, like, 3 weeks, where I've been getting, like, yeah, well, I mean, coke is always, like, my thing. I've always loved coke, so, like, and then my guy gets it, and so, like, I'm not gonna lie, I have so much weed just built up that I just started selling some of the ounces that I had built up for myself, so I could just get some blow. But anyways, long story short, I was like, damn, I really want to get some blow again. So, like, I haven't bought it for probably, like, 2 or 3 weeks now. And one night, on the weekend, after we put Roman to bed, I'm like, you know what? Let's just do that Molly quick. It's not going to be, like, that powerful, because from what I remember, I don't remember being affected that much. I think it might have been bad Molly or something, but we took this shit, and, like, dude, after, like, a half an hour, it kicks in, and me and Jen are, like, rolling so fucking hard, and we're just like, dude, what? Like, it was, like, uncomfortable, like, rolling. It was fucked up, though. But, yeah, and, like, we were just, like, sitting in our, like, Roman's sleeping, we're just sitting on the couch, just like, dude, I feel sick, like, because, we're not being active, and apparently when you're taking Molly, you should be doing stuff.
Right, it, like, amplifies everything that you're doing, so yeah, if you're just kind of, like, couch potato, it's like, oh.
Yeah, so I felt like I was drunk and sick, and, like, it was fucked up. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, me and Jen were just rolling so hard that we just didn't really know what was going on, and we just felt sick, and we're just like, ugh, this sucks. So we spent, like...
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we spent, like, the rest of the night just, like, fucking sitting there being like, alright, well, we're not doing this shit anymore, because I have a bunch of shrooms, and I haven't taken them or anything, because, like, well, I mean, I don't really know
That's an adventure.
Right.
Just don't eat 14 grams of it all at once.
Dude, yeah, definitely not. No, I only got a quarter, so I figured it'd be cool to, split between me and Jen, 'cause she's never tripped on shrooms, but after that, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, shrooms are crazy for me, because, like, you have to be, like, I wouldn't say, like, in a really, really good mindset, because, like, even if, like, you go into it, like, super excited, like, for me, like, it'll bring up things that, like, I normally, like, wouldn't think about. Like, it's like, oh, it's like a crazy, like, emotional roller coaster for me. Like, it'd be like, dude, like, everything's, like, super great. Like, you're looking, like, one direction. It's like, wow, like, it's just so beautiful. And, like, you kind of, like, turn, and, like, there's, like, some, like, shadows or whatever, and all of a sudden, like, you, like, just, like, can just feel, like, a decline. It's like, man, like, that it's, like, I don't know, like, you start thinking about, like, shit that you've done wrong in the past, or, like, things that you need to, like, work on, like, as, like, a person. It's like, man, what am I even doing, like, with my life? Like, I'm just, like, a shitty person, just, like, fucking everything up. Like, the last time that, like, I took mushrooms was last year on, like, the 4th of July, or, like, right around there. I was up in, Michigan. Yeah, because what did I buy? I bought a fucking... Did I buy a quo? Yeah, I had to have bought a quo or, like, a half or something. Because as soon as I got them, like, I went to my buddy's house in Port, and we, like, we ate a little bit of them, like, just to see how they were, and, like, we were, like, hanging out on his porch, and, like, I was just, like, fucking flying, and, yeah, it was, like, you look down the block, and it's like, wow, that's just, like, fucking beautiful, and then, yeah, like, you turn around, it's like, man, everything's fucking shitty.
How much did you eat?
At that, or, like, the first time, maybe, like, a couple grams. I don't think it was quite an eighth, but, like, I ate, like, basically, like, what I took out, like, he made me eat, like, all, like, the caps, and, like, he ate some, like, the smaller stems, and I ate, like, the rest of the bigger stems, so, like, I was, like, blazing, like, the 3 or 4 hours that, like, I was at his house felt like it could have been, like, 12 hours at least. Well, and then, like, as it started getting darker, like, started getting, like, damp, and I, like, went to, like, put on, like, a sweatshirt, and it felt like I was putting on, like, someone else's skin. And, like, I was still sitting, like, outside, like, on his porch. Like, he goes inside, and, like, I start getting, like, cold, and, like, I start feeling, like, sick, and, like, I lean off of his deck and start, like, just ralphing into his bush, and, like, I close my eyes, and, like, I could just imagine, like, I was leaning over, like, a, like, 200-foot bridge or whatever, like, I was about to, like, fall off of it. And, like, and I was good for a little bit, and then, like, I think at one point, like, I went to walk over by his, like, garbage can, like, away from his deck. Like, I just started getting, like, kind of, like, dizzy and, like, super heavy, and he lives right next to a cemetery, and, like, I, like, laid on the ground, and, like, as soon as, like, I put my head down, like, on the ground, like, I just got, like, this crazy thought of, like, it's like, and that was the moment that you died, like, right as my head, like, touched the ground, and, like, I just started, like, spinning, and, like, fucking, like, I kind of, like, looked up, and there was, like, the street light, like, behind, like, the tree, which was, like, giving me, like the craziest visuals. Like, I was, like, smelling colors and tasting shapes and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, like, that's a ridiculous statement, but you know what I mean.
Yep. No, I do. Yeah. No, and you start seeing, like, patterns, and, like, for me, like, wood grain would, like, breathe.
Yeah, well, and the thing that really sucked is, like, I was good. Like, I wasn't having a great time right there. I was just, like, laying, like, just dealing with it, and then, like, my buddy, like, comes along and, like, taps me, which, like, brought me back to, like, this realm, and then, like, then I started throwing up again. I was like, oh my god. And then I had to walk home.
Oh, fuck.
Well, it wasn't so bad, but it was really funny, because it's like, alright, like, I'm walking, like, I get up under, like, near the street light, it's like, oh, these are, like, all, like, the super happy times, like, everything's, like, great, and then, like, I walk up underneath, like, a tree or something, it's like, these are, like, the dark and, like, depressing times of life, and, like, just, like, this is the journey that you have to take, and, like, this whole thing is, like, symbolic of, like, the journey of life and everything. It's so funny.
Yep.
But then, it was, like, the following weekend, that was, like, the 4th of July, and, me and my cousin, we each, like, took some of our shrooms, and, like, brewed it into a tea.
Okay.
Which was, like, pretty tasty. Like, basically had, like, some, like, ginseng and, like, honey and shit with it. And, yeah, like, the shroom chunks, just ground them up, like, super fine, like, mixed it together. Like, when it was done, it looked like some, like, crazy, like, witch's brew. Like, it was like a potion, which basically what it was.
Yeah, I've had shroom tea before, and it ended up being, like, more like shroom slurry.
Well, yeah, because you still have, like, the chunks in it and everything,
yeah.
So it's like, yeah. I mean, the honey helped it, like, a little bit, but it still just tasted like dirt. So, like, yeah, we each, like, took a couple sips of it, and then, like, we went to, like, the local area to go watch, like, the fireworks, and, like, it didn't kick in, like, super hard or anything, but I remember, like, we were, like, set where we were gonna, like, sit and everything. I was like, alright, I gotta go take a shit. So I had to, like, walk to the Porta-John, and I was like, it's kicking in a little bit, and, like, as soon as, like, I sat down, like, in the outer, and, like, yeah, like, the shitter, basically, like, just that little enclosed area, like, everything in, like, my peripherals was, like, moving around, and, like, it felt like the whole, like, John was, like, tipping back and forth. I'm like, oh my god, this is just gnar.
I think oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, yeah, and it was basically, like, the next night we ended up going camping, where we drank like the rest of the tea, which was a pretty good amount even between like the two of us, because I think he made his whole quo into tea.
Oh, okay.
So like we drank basically close to like an eighth of like mushroom tea. Then like we were waiting and waiting, and it was like, man, like I kind of feel it, but I really only feel like I'm a little bit stoned. Like we waited like a solid like hour and a half, and I was like, all right, well, we might as well eat like the rest of the quo almost that I have. So like we ate almost like an eighth of mushrooms, like that like we ground up in my grinder, and like the second that like I got like 2/3 of the way through it, like it was kicking in, like I could feel it in my gut, and I'm like, oh my god. And like it just got intense, and like all of a sudden, like when it gets dark, like we could hear like wolves howling like out in the background, and like what was the worst part about it was like, yeah, me and my cousin and his girlfriend, but she wasn't tripping, so like she like kept on throwing me off. She'd like, wait, do you hear that? So then like you get like hyper intense, like, wait, what? So it just like makes you like next level paranoid, like what do you hear? And then you just hear, and then there like wouldn't be like any noise at all, so then like the silence is like just gripping you, like fingers like touching you like all over your body. It's like, oh, it was just crazy.
Did that turn into a bad trip?
It wasn't really bad. It only got like kind of shitty because I started getting like really tired or whatever. Like I was like, I was just like feeling kind of like down. But yeah, it wasn't really like bad trip status. Like so I took some of like my melatonin pills, and I tried to like lay down, and I was just getting like the coolest and like craziest like close eye visuals. Like I never really like slept.
Yeah,
but
no.
Then it was like a couple hours later that I think my cousin like put himself to bed. I could just like hear him giggling and like laughing with his girlfriend and everything. Like I kind of like popped open my eyes, and it was like probably like 1 a.m. I was like, wait, I feel fucking great. Like, what am I just laying in bed for? And so like we ended up just walking through like the super dark woods. And like somewhere down like the trail, like now mind you, we were in like a very, very deep part of the woods, and we stumbled across like a washing machine. Just kind of ditched on a trail, like all smashed to pieces. I was like, dude, this had to have fallen out of the fucking sky, because there's no way that a truck could get back here to drop this off, and someone certainly didn't carry it by hand.
You would honestly be surprised. There's an area in West Bend that literally has been like, basically just like been like grown over, I guess you could say. But there was like a little township off to, okay, now I'm sure you remember West Bend pretty well, at least as much as I do. So if you go over by where Regner is, like on Main Street ever, like head towards Barton and shit.
Yep.
Those old folk homes, and I think there's like a Top Ramen back there or something, or like some kind of like ramen shop.
Tochi Ramen.
Yeah, okay. So back there.
Yeah, that like parking lot or what. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was the old West Bend drive-through theater.
Oh, that's what that was? I was always wondering what that was.
Yeah, that was the old drive-in.
I'll walk over there with like Alex, and like when he's walking his dog and shit, we walk through there often enough because he lives right over there.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah, it's that was the old drive-in, and I think like, and if you think about it, it's not too far away from like the downtown theater. So like they would like, I don't know, I guess apparently from what I understand, because there's like families that used to like live there forever, they would have like double features, like, oh, go see like a movie at the drive-in and then go see a movie over at the West Bend Theater.
I guess that makes sense, because yeah, there was like the old like turnstile to like where like the residential like neighborhoods is. There's like a road that like stops. And then, yeah, there's, like, a turnstile that you have to, like, walk through, like, to get into there. And, yeah, it's just, like the old shitty parking lot that's, like the remnants.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah, and then even past that, there's, like, a field, like, right in front of that. And there used to be houses over there, I guess. Yeah, they got demolished, and, like, apparently they had, like, industrial buildings back there, and, like, over time some of the industrial buildings stopped like manufacturing shit. Ended up not getting condemned, but just ran down, and then eventually they'd break them down.
Interesting.
What's that fucking So West Bend. I forgot exactly when, but I did a report on like the town of West Bend when I was like younger. I was in like 6th grade or some shit. But like West Bend and like Grafton and like Cedarburg and shit, all that shit was like built off for like homes and stuff for all the people that worked at the port on the edge and in Port Washington and like the port side and like Mequon and Cedarburg and shit. Apparently that's what all that was for. So like West Bend was built basically like, if you don't want to live next to the port, you can live here and only live a little bit away from the seaside or whatever. Not seaside, you know what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
So
half-hour drive from work and all that shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Although I imagine, I guess it depends on. How old is West Bend? That's got to be like.
It's been around since like 1887 or some shit like that. I think it was. I'd have to look again.
Oh, yeah.
It's been around.
Because if it was before like the Model T, that had to have been like the longest. That's like an hour drive going like 30 miles an hour at the fastest.
Well, I mean, yeah, Wisconsin was not founded, but basically stabilized and like official in 1848. So it took probably like another like 30 years to start establishing like territories out of it. Because I know the first city was Milwaukee, and that was the first capital of Wisconsin. And then as shit grew, they ended up making Madison. So I know that Milwaukee used to be the original capital.
Interesting.
Yeah, Milwaukee's full of a lot of history. I had no idea. I just thought it was a rundown fucking piece of shit ghetto. And
well, yeah, it used to be super nice until people.
Holy shit! It's like the first like thing that's actually happened in this game. Sorry, I've been like wandering around in this desert for like it seems like 2 hours, and then I'm like in like this underwater cave thing that's still sandy and shit, and like this fucking like big ass fucking like dragon looking thing just pops out. Anyways. But yeah, no, like there's like a bunch of like ghost tours and shit in Milwaukee, and like there's a bunch of crazy shit in Milwaukee that like you don't even think about.
Yeah, go visit Jeffrey Dahmer's house.
I thought it was torn down, or was that the chocolate factory? No, I'm pretty sure his house was torn down. That whole apartment complex was taken down.
Like I just remember seeing like within like the last couple of years there was like some like Jeffrey Dahmer like tour. And I know there was a bunch of people that were just outraged by it. It's like, how could you like celebrate this person? It's like I wouldn't necessarily calling it celebrating. It's just observing something that definitely happened in this town. It's a part of its history, whether you like it or not at all.
Yeah, and it's crazy how like it seems like a lot of people in Milwaukee like know each other just because they live in Milwaukee. Why? It's the most interesting part of our state. I mean,
I don't like people, so there's a lot of people there.
I just say that it's the most interesting part just because, like, there's the most to do down here. I mean, you want the museum, it's here. You want the IMAX, it's here. You want the fucking 8 different theaters we got, you come down here. You want to go see a movie not in, like, the Marcus or some shit? You want to go to the Oriental Theater downtown? Like, you can see some, like, fucking artsy-ass shit. I don't know. It's, like, literally, like, Milwaukee just doesn't stop. And, like, what's kind of nice is, like, back when we used to live in West Bend, me and Jen would like, oh, let's go on, let's go walk a trail, or, let's go explore West Bend. And, like, me and Jen have been together for a fucking long time. So eventually it was just like, all right, well, we've seen everything in West Bend. Like, so we started repeating stuff. But, like, down here, like, I can literally drive to the lakefront in Milwaukee at, like, Veterans Park, downtown, like, right off Farwell, like, literally in the heart of downtown. I can get there in, like, 13 minutes from where I live. And, like, it's just super nice. I mean, I don't know. I'm talking to the fucking choir. You, like, literally live, like, right on the lake edge. And you don't have to deal with a million people, so you're just over here, like, like, yep.
Yeah, I got my own lake, fool.
No, you do.
That I also hardly ever go to.
It's funny because, they would, a lot of people from Milwaukee would die to be able to have, like, that, you know, oh shit, this guy just fucked me up. Am I dead? What the fuck? No, a lot of people drive up to Port Washington so that they don't have to deal with, you know, Bradford Beach crowds or, you know, go like Veterans Park. Veterans Park basically is like down from Bradford Beach, and basically there's just like, I don't know, like trails, and like you get to walk along the edge, and then there's the military memorial. Military memorial was sweet, but morbid as fuck. We walked over to the fucking the memorial. There's a fucking dead bird that like ran into like the building and cracked its neck, and there's like a little pool of blood. I'm just like, Jesus fuck. Yeah. And then what was the other thing? There's something else. We saw something else, and we were like, what in the hell? Oh, we found, like, we saw like a fucking like big ass turtle in the in Lake Michigan while we were walking along the edge. And I don't mean like, you know, maybe the size of like my foot or my palm or something. I mean, if I put my arms together and made a circle, like it was that fucking big.
Oh damn.
Yeah, this motherfucker was huge.
Because I've been seeing snapping turtles all over the place. Like, Alex has been sending me snaps of like he'll be walking on like the Eisenbahn Trail right next to like the river, and like every like 30 feet there's like a, I don't know, like a dinner plate sized snapper, and like he sees like all like the eggs that like they dig like right off like the trail and like try to like bury them, but then like you see like broken shells everywhere, and then there's raccoon shit, so you know that the fuckers are digging them up and eating the eggs. And then we were leaving a job in Jackson yesterday or 2 days ago. And yeah, there was a snapper on the side of the road, and like, alright, well, we should probably move you off of here. And then like I move it to like one side, then we start driving down the road. Well, and then there's a guy like in a tractor that's like mowing all like the grass on the side of the road. It's like, oh, I probably just got that turtle killed.
Well, yeah, I mean, this thing was fucking huge, I have to say. It was probably like the size of like a saucer that you would go down a snow hill on. And, yeah, and the fucker was dead, just floating there. I'm just like, fuck. That's, I mean, but the water was so brown. I mean, this motherfucker was so
Dude, Milwaukee's
brown.
Disgusting.
It is.
Was one day, yeah, I was, I think I was going to help one of my buddies do a painting job down there. And, what is it? What's like the big... There's a big fucking bridge that kind of like overlooks like the lake.
Oh, the Hone? Is it yellow on top? The rails are yellow?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's
like,
the
I know
Hone.
it's somewhere kind of like, yeah, like downtown, but like I saw like inside like the breakwater, just like the brownest like poop water, like someone like had diarrhea shit in their toilet.
Yeah, dude.
Like the size of like the whole like inner breakwater, and then just on the outside it was like regular blue water. I was like, that's fucking foul, and then that's all you can smell is sewage. It's
yeah.
Like, oh.
I mean, don't get
there's been plenty of times where like even living out here, it's like I'll get like a swim hazard warning on like just like an average day, and Clint's like, yeah, that's when they drain like all like the septic shit like into like the middle of the lake. So they don't want you swimming in it for a few days as it disperses.
Wow. That's fucking gross.
Right. Lake Michigan is almost unswimmable anyways, just because like it's so cold all the time.
Yeah, everybody at Bradford Beach when we went last year liked to just go check it out, and nobody was in the water but maybe like 3 or 4 people, and like the beach was just fucking packed. I mean, people had towels like side to side, like it was just fucking packed.
Yeah, like I have so many people tell me like, oh, dude, you gotta check out Bradford Beach, like it's just a huge party zone, there's hot chicks everywhere. It's like,
that's not, yeah, that's definitely not a lie. There were a lot of hot chicks.
I definitely don't doubt it, but yeah, like it's bad. Like the only reason that I like to go to Milwaukee is like to go to a rave or go to like another concert. Like those are like the only types of like scenarios where I like to be like shoulder to shoulder with people, because they're like the same type of people as me, versus like Yeah, you go to like fucking like the beach and you get like all like your preppy like, oh my god. And, like you get the bro dudes. Oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna suck it sports and it's like shut the fuck up. I'm gonna blast this Cannibal Corpse and like everyone's gonna give me weird looks, but I don't give a damn.
See, and I like to look at it as like if I can play these guys and stuff, and like, cause like every group of people that has a clique is always looking for the one guy that's different from the group. And if you can be that one guy that's different from the group, typically, 1, you'll get more pussy. 2, and even if you're just different, like, and it doesn't matter, like, you don't have to be like kind of like them but different. Like, I mean, you can be anything else but what they are, and automatically you stand out. It's pretty funny. And then like you just kind of sit back, and for some reason they like hold you. I don't know. It's just really weird, and I've seen it happen like a handful of times. Like even just hanging out with like my metal friends, and you'll get like the one token black guy, and like they're asking him like the most fucking cringy, awkward questions. And you're just like, dude, why are you guys like holding this guy in such high regard? Like, you know, I brought one of my like business buddies one time, like when I was hanging out with Randolph and Kevin and fucking Nick, and like they were just acting fucking weird and just like, but like it's one of my fellow buddies, and like he's just, I don't know, it's just really weird how like when you bring somebody around of a different demographic and how people change, no matter it's whether like they're rich or they're fucking like famous or they are like diverse in a different way. Like it's just weird to like notice that shit.
I know, that's kind of why I can't wait to go to Florida. Is just like I'm gonna act like a totally different person. Like I want to go to a bar and like just like flirt it up, be like a fucking total goon. Just like more likely than not, I'll probably not go there again, or like I'll just at least never see like most of those people again. So what do I care?
Did I ever like tell you that like experience that I had? Like I had a buddy of mine, and like I used to like complain all the time, like when I was younger and stuff, about not being able to get with girls and stuff, and like because I was, you know, I mean, you know me pretty well, like you know that I'm a pretty like chill dude, and like for the most part I have a heart, you know, I'm not like, you know, some kind of savage animal that's like completely cold-blooded. Oh no, don't die.
I'm the same exact way, yeah, because it's like as great as it would be to like just like hook up with chicks and like be like that douche that can like just hit on them and like say fuck it, like I don't care about you like the day after. I mean, not that sex always has to mean something, but like it kind of does, like in a way. So it's not like I don't know, like, yeah, it just can't be like that fucking like douche just trying to get some pussy. Like I've hit on chicks like with that intent, and like I just can feel my skin crawl, and I hate myself for it. So it's just like I stopped caring, honestly. But yeah, going to Florida, like that's kind of my goal.
Well, yeah, I mean, after a while, you know, just hanging out with that, you know, buddy of mine, Desmond, that was older than me, he was just like, dude, you know, just act a certain way, and like, you know, just be a complete dick, pretend like you're not interested. Like, be just a complete douche, like, make stupid comments, you know, stupid stuff like that, and, like, laugh at dumb stuff, and, like, make generic, like, jokes, and I'm just like, okay. And so I gave it I just gave it a try, and lo and behold, I'm fucking getting pussy, like, left and right, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. I mean, don't get me wrong, not every chick was, like, you know, some banger or anything. So, like, you know, you get a few duds here and there, but it was just like chicks are really attracted to this for some reason, and I don't understand why.
That's so ridiculous.
Well, right, you treat them with respect, and you're like respectful and stuff, and they don't give a shit. Like I remember all high school me being like, why don't girls like me? Like I'm not like ugly or anything, like, and I'm not like weird, like Kevin is, like, you know, I'm pretty normal for the most part. And then it was just because, like, all the douchebags got the girls.
Right. Yeah, I never got that fact either. I mean, I guess I never would say that I'm not ugly, but I guess I wouldn't say that I'm good looking either. Like, I don't fucking know. All I know is I never got a single swipe, or nobody ever swiped me on Tinder.
No.
Not fucking once.
That's gay.
I think, like, yeah, like when I very first signed up, like someone like, or like a chick hit me up, and then like I messaged her, she messaged me once, and then that was it. was like,
Yeah.
oh.
I'm assuming I'd probably have the exact same luck. I can't imagine every girl. I feel like the girls that are on there are probably looking for something else.
Right.
Hey, it's a black guy with a big dick.
I should just post on or put on the profile. I'm just here to fuck.
There you go.
Is that what you want? It was funny because I was talking to Joe about coming down there and everything, and he was like while he was like talking to me, he was like swiping bitches on Tinder. I was like, I should sign up like right before I go down there.
Yeah, right. Why not?
That'd be hilarious. Be like, Joe, I'm gonna bring a chick back to fuck on your couch. He's like, oh, I'll introduce you to like some good old country homegrown girls, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Like, oh my god. I could pretend to like Luke Bryan for a week.
I don't know, man. I went to Country Rock USA one time because it was in Oshkosh. I was going to college, and one of my buddies wanted me to go with, so I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. And I went there, and like I'm just waiting for like just like the ugliest, fucking nastiest chicks. Because, you know, it's country music, and all of a sudden, like, I just walk in there, and like every fucking chick is like banging hot, and I'm just like, no.
Oh yeah,
no.
Dude, some of those country broads are so hot. Like, especially when like they're wearing like the nice boots with some like booty shorts and like fucking tank top. It's like, oh.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen so many fake tits in all my life.
I've never seen so many girls with a fucking circle in their back pocket, big old tin of chaw.
Do you remember Coley from Taco Bell?
Yep, she always had the tin in her back pocket. She was pretty fucking hot.
Have you seen her recently?
I have not.
Holy shit. I have her on Instagram. Dude. Like, I can't even... yeah. You don't even want to know. Like, she got super hot.
What was her last name?
Kuntz. Kuntz or something like that. Do you have Instagram?
I don't. Oh, here she is on Facebook, though. Sweet tattoos.
Yeah, and a huge rack. Well, for her size.
Yeah. Nice
Jen,
thick thighs.
yeah, Jen asked me the other day, she's like, are you only with me for my tits? Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah, they're all pink on the inside. It seems like her face got kind of like whiter or something.
I think at one point she got some sort of surgery, actually, because like a year or two ago, like I saw her post something like oh, like swelling's going down. I don't know if she got like a boob job or if she got fucking like...
Holy fuck, yeah, summer is here. Oh, this is from June 6th. Holy fuck, yeah, her tits look way bigger.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Damn.
Right? Yeah, I've always been a redheaded kind of guy.
No.
Jen didn't give it away.
I miss working with Bridget because she was another fine piece of ass.
Holy shit, yeah.
I couldn't believe she was related to E-Man though. Like, there's still not a part.
Oh,
of me that
did you say
believes
Bridget?
that. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of Brittany. Remember Brittany Bolt?
Oh, dude, she had those fucking lips.
Yeah, holy shit.
Well, it was one time we were like at Taco Bell. I don't think we were like working or like she was getting off of work. She goes out to her van. I'm just like smoking a cigarette out there, and like, she's like sitting in like the side door of the van, and like she takes her shirt off and starts changing. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, all right, hell yeah.
Right, just like the inner dialogue kicks in. You're like, yeah, all right. Dude, there was one time I was driving to work. I was a bit younger. I was probably like 19 or so, but I was driving for Jimmy John's, and there was this girl. She's probably like, I don't know, 16, 17. I think I was like 19 at the time. But I saw her walking on the side of the road, and I was driving to work, and I recognized her, so I was like, oh, hey. I like pulled over to the side. I'm like, hey, you want to ride to work? So I talked to her a couple times. Like, it's not weird that I'm pulling over. She's like, oh, no, it's hot as fuck out. I was like, no, yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm like, oh, yeah. because we were both going at the same time, and she had a white t-shirt on, and she had taken her other t-shirt off, and I mean, this girl was probably like 5'2", 110 pounds, but she probably had a D cup, and my Jeep was like a box of rocks, and like, so it's just, I'm just like watching her like fucking, yeah, I'm just like, holy fuck, like, damn. And her name was Stephanie Kress. She's married now, still friends with her on Facebook. But yeah, holy shit was she stacked. And it was funny, her brother told me that her parents didn't want to get her braces because they felt that if they got her braces, she would be too attractive. I was like, what the fuck, dude? First off, what parents have that conversation? That's
our
fucked
daughter's
up.
way too hot. She's gonna suck a dick.
Like,
She's gonna get knocked up in 3 weeks if we fix that bitch's teeth.
Right, so you're just like, dude, that's not like, what the fuck? Who's having this conversation?
That's some straight up Kevin Spacey shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, dude, she was super hot though. Holy shit. I think she ended up actually getting her teeth fixed herself when she turned 18 or some shit.
Yeah, I'll still see like posts from like Jenna Schrodel and shit, and like for like a hot chick, she's kind of not that hot.
I know what you mean. She used to act weird as fuck around me. I think she had a crush on Bodhi, and I've had this happen like a handful of times, and it's fucking weird. Like before he passed, obviously, but like I've had girls like tell me that like, oh, you remind me of Bodhi, and I've had such a crush on Bodhi in the past. Like being with you would be amazing. And I'm just like, what?
Like
the
after
fuck?
he passed and stuff, you mean?
No, before he passed.
Oh, I was gonna say that's kind of morbid.
Yeah, no, Jenna used to like text me and stuff, like even when I was dating Jen, and then Shelly Carricker, she would fucking like message me. I'm like, what are you guys fucking doing? Like, you know I'm with Jen, and you guys work with her. Like, what are you doing? Like,
That bitch is greasy, fucking Shelly.
oh,
Although, like, before I turned 18, I probably would have smashed, but man, like, she's gotten gross.
well, she's married now.
Well, I know Tyler, who he was cool enough, but he was kind of a douche. Although I do remember when we were still working there, I think it was like the night before one of our like meetings in the morning, like a bunch of us went over there. Yeah, like we were like ripping down like lines of Molly.
Oh my gosh,
That shit made me dumb for like 2 days.
really?
Yeah, like say like you're just talking to me, and I was like, oh, what up, man? And I'd pause, like, I'm good. Like stuff would have to like process in my brain, and like I guess I didn't really notice it, but like Alex, fucking Jake, and like a couple other people told me like, it's like, dude, are you all right? And like, yeah, I like explained, it's like, oh yeah, I said like, oh, like they had like, I guess just like Molly that was like still kind of like in like a crystally like form or like something, like you like get like the really good like Molly crystals or something, so like we were ripping down like lines of it. Yeah, I was like fucked up for like 2 days, like on top of like drinking heavy that night. I was party mode.
I think the most fucked up, other than the Molly recently, was I was at band practice, and my drummer gave me ketamine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, I felt like my brain was 100% fine, like nothing felt fucked up in my brain, but my whole body was moving slower, and like everything was like distorted, like in my vision, but like my brain was completely there, like nothing changed as far as like feeling, just like my perception, and like,
So someone would be talking, you'd be like, so Ryan, what's going on?
no, like my body moved slow, and like I couldn't move at normal pace, and like that was really weird, and it felt like I was drunk, like I couldn't operate my body as well. So it's a tranquilizer, so like my body was like really weak, and like, but it didn't feel weak, it was just like everything was slow, like I didn't want to pick something up, like it didn't happen fast, and like it was just like my fingers were like tired, it was fucked. Yeah, and it lasted for like an hour or two, and then I felt weird for like the rest of the day. I went back to band practice. I'm like, dude, what the fuck was that? It was a horse tranquilizer. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. Like, how do you take it from a fucking syringe to like a snortable, like, crystalline powder? And he's like, oh.
You microwave it?
Oh, you know that?
Yeah, I've watched plenty of drug things. Yeah, you basically like put it in like a Pyrex sheet.
Yep.
You microwave it, and then you fucking like scrape the dust up.
Yep, that's it. That's what he told me, and I'm just like, dude, doesn't that sound ghetto as fuck to you? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like you're making some like crack or
right.
something.
I told Jen how to make crack the other day. She's like, you know how to make crack? I'm like, yeah, I used to sell crack. Where do you think I made my money back then? Before I came to Taco Bell, I was straight up selling drugs, like with Louis Cortell out of Slinger, Wisconsin. Then he got popped for holding 48 pounds. Yeah.
He's gotta still be in prison, eh?
No, actually, apparently he snitched.
Ooch.
Yeah, obviously not me. I was a small little guy. I just picked up maybe like a half pound from him, like on good weeks and stuff, or maybe a quarter pound. Yeah, man, holy shit, that was fucked up. Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I started selling crack, and he showed me how to do it. Like, he came over to my house and like showed me how to do everything. Gave me a couple things of baking soda and some baking powder, and then he gave me a bunch of baby.
Did you like give you like cocaine or something, and like you process that into crack or what?
Well, he gave me like a quarter kilo, and then basically you just break it down, and then you like cut it with your chemicals that you're gonna cut it with, so that way you get like a higher yield. Usually it's baby laxatives, because cocaine will kind of clog you up. So if you put some laxatives in there, it kind of helps them out. A little bit of good with the bad, even though you're cutting it. So like you cut it up, and then usually you'll do like barely that much baby laxatives, because you don't want to put that much in there, otherwise it will get to you, because it goes straight to your bloodstream. And then you'll usually cut it with like 2/3 baking soda, baking soda, and the other third baking powder, and then you mix it up with all your cocaine, like the whole quarter kilo, and then you put it in a little bit of water, so that way it's more like pasty and not so much like soup. And then you fucking put get like a saucepan, like a spaghetti pan or whatever, if you cook noodles in. Fill that motherfucker up halfway with water, and then your cocaine paste mix that you just mix with a little bit of water is in that mason jar, and then you let it cook in the thing that's whipping up. So if you ever hear like a rap song saying whipping up, that's whipping up.
Oh.
It's cooking up crack. And then usually cook it for like 5-10 minutes. You want to make sure that it starts like getting like a little bit harder. But you want to keep stirring it, otherwise it doesn't like mix properly and it'll separate, and you don't want that, because otherwise you'll end up smoking like a whole rock of baking soda. It sucks. Yeah, so you want to keep mixing it until it starts getting hard, and then you'll feel like whatever instrument you're using to stir it, like you'll feel it getting harder as time goes on, and then you take it off the burner and you let it cool a little bit longer, and then it's going to be motherfucking hard as soon as it's done cooling, and then you just break that shit up with the butt of a knife, and bam, you just weigh them up into little .2s, and that's usually what you sell for like a 10 spot.
Damn.
Yeah.
I only tried crack, like I took like 1 or 2 puffs, and that was with that Sam bitch that worked at Taco Bell. Well, like it was funny because what was it? Oh yeah, I wasn't working that day, but I had like just stopped in to either like check the schedule or like to get food. And, like she went outside, she's like, "Come with me." And, like she like busted that out. She's like, "Here, just tell me if this like smells like anything." And like it really didn't. Like when she was like smoking it, she's like, "Well, do you want to try it?" I was like, "I guess I'll try it once." And it was basically just like, yeah, kind of get like super talkative. Like the front of my lips went like numb, so I felt like Jared, kind of like doing the lipping thing, just having to like lick your lips, make sure they're still there and shit.
Yep.
And like I guess it didn't hit me like super duper hard, because like I was like I don't know, pretty like apprehensive about it or whatever. No, I mean I'll still take like Adderall or like Vyvanse, but I mean like I've done coke, but it's just so fucking expensive.
Yeah, coke's my jam.
I like the fucking Adderalls. Like, I'll do them like on days that like I need to get like chores done or whatever. Like, I took one the other day to get a bunch of cleaning done. I got like a bag of 70s right now.
Oh, decent.
Yeah, I got them like mainly for like my driving, and then so I'd have like energy to do stuff while I'm down in Florida. Something just to keep me awake, like especially while driving.
That's true.
Cause I mean, the longest that I've ever driven was like almost 6 hours, and that was driving straight to Minneapolis.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I need something that's gonna keep me jazzed. I'll like pop on some like music or like some Joe Rogan podcast or something. 3 hours at a crack. It's like, oh, that was 3 hours. Let's listen to another one.
Yeah, right.
I only have 3 more podcasts to go before I'm there.
Yeah. I do want to watch that new one with, it did another Elon Musk one?
Oh, I've honestly kind of fell off on some of the Rogan podcasts. Like, I'd watch, like, a shitload of clips of them on, like, YouTube, and then, depending on the guest, like, I've watched, I think, like, 2 or 3 old Neil deGrasse Tyson's. I watched most of the one with Elon Musk. I think I watched the one with, like, Robert Downey Jr., James Hetfield, like, all sorts of, like, fucking people. But, yeah, it's been a minute since I've, like, sat and listened to a whole one.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I usually get so busy at work, I used to put on videos every once in a while, but now I just put on straight, like, just chill music at work, because I get so fucking busy and so caught up. But speaking of which, what time is it? I should probably get off. Oh, yeah, I gotta get off.
It's only 1:15 in the morning.
Yeah, alright, man. Well, I will catch you later. Hopefully this saves, because it doesn't seem like I can do anything. Oh, wait. I had to press the fucking... Wait, so press this. Options. Wait, why is it doing that? Camera. Okay, well, hopefully it saves. I'll be really pissed if it doesn't. Alright, man. Well, you have yourself a good night. I am out. Yeah, right. As soon as, like, probably like around mid-July, I'd probably be free. I have the Father's Day thing coming up and Roman's birthday, and I'm hanging out with a friend come up like in the beginning of July, and yeah, other than that, I'm pretty much free after that. Yeah. No, it's pretty much nothing. Yeah, it's alright. We kind of expected it. Oh yeah, we have the other half pretty much written. It just has to get recorded. Yeah, I'll make sure to bust it over to you once I get it. I have barely like the scratch copy, but I'll send it over to you. All right. Well, I gotta cruise because I gotta pee too. Yeah, I'll hit you up soon. All right. Peace, man.